Hi, I'm Dave Epstein here at New England Grows. I'm standing next to this Red Haven peach tree. Peach trees and other fruit trees are really an integral part of the edible landscape. And today, one of the many lectures here is Wes Autio. He's going to be speaking to us about fruit trees and how they can be integrated into your client's landscaping.
I work primarily with apples and peaches, a little bit on plums, cherries, and pears, but apples are my thing.
Is there any sort of buzz that's going on in your industry?
Well, there are a few things. I mean, certainly pest management is an issue, from insects to diseases to voles to deer, but I'm really excited about dwarf trees in a very small area. We can grow 25 trees in 50 feet a row, have 25 different varieties, and it takes a very small part of somebody's backyard.
If you're going to recommend one thing to the folks here, what would it be?
Plant only disease-resistant varieties. So these are apple trees planted 2 feet apart, and actually their rows are about 12 feet apart. That's a lot of trees in an acre. Just to put it in perspective, a standard old large apple tree is planted at a density of about 25 to 40 trees in an acre of land, whereas these are planted about 2,000 trees in an acre of land. If you plant the trees every 2 feet, they compete with each other to the point that the trees are maintained in their space, and they're very productive. Fruit size is not affected, very limited pruning. Any large branch, once it's exceeded its space, cut it out. I'm only going to talk about a handful of pests because in the edible landscape, I think there really are only a handful of pests that you need to worry a lot about. This is apple maggot, railroad worm. It leaves these streaks, not to be mistaken for a boron deficiency. You can trap out apple maggot very effectively, just as effectively as managing them with pesticides, with red spheres. And these are 4-inch dark red spheres that are coated with tangle trap, so they're sticky. You'll place an odor lure near the fruit. The odor lure draws the apple maggots somewhere near this particular sphere, and once they get close enough to see it, they'll key on that and think, wow, that's a great place to lay eggs. You've got to place these in early July to catch as many of the apple maggots as possible, and the other difficult thing is that they need to be cleaned weekly.
One of the great things about New England Grows are the seminars, of course, and you've just heard a little piece of one of them. And that's one of the many reasons to keep coming back to New England Grows each year.